Teresa.
No, her maiden name.
Kamarmi.
Kamarmi. Oh, yeah, maiden name.
It's Komoromi.
Grandpa, what is your full name?
Harry Wolf.
Oh, you don't have a middle name.
No.
Don't have no middle name.
Why don't you think you ever got a middle name?
That's a good question. I think my mom was wore out. She just name me, and that's the only thing I can figure out.
She made names.
Did your brothers and sisters have middle names?
Yeah. Wade and Edward.
Yeah, they all got middle names.
That's his youngest brother.
I never
Wade
did talk to
Edward.
Mom about it. I don't know. You know,
He was named after his Uncle Harry.
I had an Uncle Harry.
He was from
I don't know if he
Missouri.
had a middle name.
Is that who you were named
Maybe he
after?
didn't have a middle name either. I don't know. Middle initial, you know.
So you were named after your uncle?
Yeah, Uncle Harry.
And were you named after anybody, Grandma?
No.
Not anybody? Oh.
Me, I'm 76.
I'm 78.
No, I'm 77 then. Yeah.
What year were you guys born?
No, I'm 76. 'Cause I will be 77.
He'll be 70.
I will be 77, yeah.
In November the 14th. His birthday.
Of what
I'm
year?
September the 30th. 37 for me, 38 for him.
Did you ever think you would live this long?
And I'd be this old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If I did, I would have took better care of myself.
90, me?
Yeah.
When
When?
you moved on 28th Street,
Yeah, I was about 18
you
or
was about
17.
16.
Was it 16?
Ever read of it?
Where were you guys at when you
17.
met? Just like on the street or?
He moved into 28th Street, and I lived on 29th Street. He lived here, and I lived here. And me and my girlfriend kept going by. We asked his brother Wayne, "Hey, what's your brother's name?" And he said, "Harry." But we thought he said Henry. So we would stand out in front, hollering, "Henry!" Well, all of a sudden his youngest brother came out and he said, "His name ain't Henry, it's Harry."
So you had seen him on the street.
Yes. And we had sidestepped him and his brother Glenn. We'd sidestep him,
What is sidestepping?
standing in front of him and moving around so he couldn't get around us.
Asking questions about me.
Yeah.
And
His
Well,
brother Glenn
my
said,
little brother Wayne, he was an honorary little asshole anyway.
"Oh, he was."
They asked Wayne, what did he say? He cussed you out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, my younger brother cussed him out.
He
'Cause
called
it was-
us dumb and stupid because we called Harry Henry.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Grandpa, you actually like Grandma.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I got grandma from the time I
What'd you
laid
first?
eyes on her.
What'd you first think of her when you seen her? You just thought she was good looking, or she was funny, or she's a little tomboy?
Oh, I don't know. I just, you know, she was,
I would have married his best buddy.
Oh yeah, there's that.
she had a personality. I mean, you know what I mean? She was down to earth person, you know what I mean? And
I was very down to earth.
And funny.
I mean, it wasn't you know, she wasn't, what do you call feminine? I can't even pronounce it. Feminine.
Feminine. Yeah.
Like, yeah, she wore jeans mostly back
Skin
then.
tight.
Oh, you
Yeah.
little hussy.
But she was a nice looking girl in jeans, you know.
I had a bill
Like
on
a
this
tomboy.
world.
Grandma, what'd you think of Grandpa when you first seen him?
I thought he was good looking
Oh, so you had your eyes on him.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that type of guy he was, you know. But anyway,
Yeah. So how did he react after you two finally
got together after.
Yeah. What did he stop talking to you? Was he mad?
Oh yeah, we got into a fist fight, me and him.
Did you guys really?
Oh yeah.
Oh
You
wow.
and Bill?
Oh yeah, out in front of your house there.
Oh my. I don't remember
Was that before he went to prison or after?
That was before.
He
He was divorced. We got together, started getting together. That's when her ex-husband was still.
In the pen.
He was mad at me because I was his best friend and going with his ex-wife, you know. But I had my eyes on him way before he did. But I was
Oh.
just so backward I wouldn't.
You were shy growing up?
Yeah, I wouldn't go up and talk to her, and he did, and he's the one that.
He was the outspoken one.
Yeah, he's the one that jumped up there first and
Took me out.
got her away from me, you know, but I was willing to wait. Well, he was one of them guys that playing the field, you know what I mean? That's the reason they broke up, because he was running around with a lot of different girls and
Yeah.
you know, and a lot about it.
And
Oh.
I
You know.
divorced him.
I didn't say a thing to her. I didn't tell her about it.
That's
I'll
crazy.
tell you what.
So what year? So you guys ended up getting married? What year?
We married 1957, but we started going together in 56.
Okay.
You know what?
What did you guys ever think that you would have the life that you had? Did you guys
No.
ever see? Did you ever plan to have as many kids as you did?
No. They
No.
just popped out every day.
Did they?
So dumb kids that all we thought they was to life was
Screwing tattoo
was loving. I mean, we never had no plans about raising a family or anything. We just started the family and just
To start
took the
going.
ball and started running with it. You know what I mean?
So how many kids did you end up having, Grandma?
In all,
In all,
9,
how many with Grandpa?
8. I had one with my first husband, and that baby died 3 days after he was born. He had a hole in his heart. And then me and Grandpa got together, and it was bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, or something.
I thought you lost one between me and Richard.
Yeah, I probably did. Mm-hmm.
Had so many, can't remember, huh?
58, I had Cheryl. 59, I had Jim. 61, I had Darla. 62, I had Richard. 63, I had Sheila. 66, I had Diane. 68, I had Peggy. 70, I had Sandy. That's 8 kids.
So you had 8 kids within 10 years, basically.
But she lost one between me and Richard.
So, but did
Yeah.
you carry full term? Do you
Right.
remember?
All,
Did you carry full term on the one that you lost?
oh yeah. But he was born with a hole in his
Oh, the
heart.
first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Grandma, you were pregnant probably 10 years of your life. Pretty
Every
much.
bit of it.
That's a lot of years being pregnant.
A lot of
And
kids.
8 kids.
8 times 9 is 72 months.
Oh,
I
wow.
was gonna have kids.
Well,
That's a lot
they
of kids.
always told me if you want to keep your woman, you keep them pregnant barefoot.
Well, you did a good job of that, Grandpa.
He was a good listener, a good student.
And I wouldn't have treated
In
the
the
pain, the
50s and
labor.
60s. For you, the pain and the labor. What about for you, Grandpa?
Feeding them.
The hardest thing about having kids, well, I don't
8
think
kids.
there was no hard things about it. Just maybe waiting for them to come there to last. I mean, Other than that, we enjoyed
All of them.
enjoyed the time she was, pregnant. I mean,
We did everything.
And
she,
Speaking of
being
pregnant,
pregnant didn't really affect Grandma at all. I mean, she done things that she'd done
All
before
my
she was
life.
pregnant, and she'd done it all the way through the pregnancy. I mean, she worked, she never got sick. It was just like, you know, I mean, that's just the way she was. I mean, that was, she was just had a big stomach, that's all.
Always, yeah.
Done everything she done, she, you know, she never really seemed to show no side effects of having being pregnant.
It's hard to believe, even imagine somebody having that many kids in today's world, because it was a lot different back then.
Well, if you count the 8 I had with Grandpa, and the first one I lost, that would have been 9 times 9 is 81. 81 months out of my life of having kids.
What was one thing you hated about being pregnant, Grandma?
The vomiting, the sickness in the morning.
With all of your kids, you got that? Oh, wow. Now, how did you come to get pregnant? So, I mean, other than the obvious, did you use birth control? Did they have birth control?
I didn't use it.
But they had it?
Not back
Not
then,
then,
no. No, not back we were
It's a
young.
happy family. My kids all enjoyed their life. Of course, your mom left early. Her and Jerry Rowe.
Well, you know, like I said,
And your dad didn't
Thanksgiving
approve of
dinners, the
that
Christmases, and just having the family,
all together.
And then,
it's something I would had to do over again. I'd do it,
All over.
you know. But
All
I'd do it different. But I mean, I would do it.
over.
I'd do it better. But I wouldn't have it no other way, you know.
There and have 8 kids.
Well,
none of them have done that.
Thank God.
well, like I said, we love every kid we got.
We
But
sure do.
you know, when you
But it's been a long,
Yeah.
long haul.
you got to start when your kids are very young, and you got to stay with it. You got to make sure things turn out the way they're supposed to. Because if you don't, you'll pay for it in the long run. That's for sure. I mean, you know.
So raise your kids
And a
wisely.
lot of heartaches and a lot of disappointments in yourself and the way you raised your family, you know.
But you got to talk to the man upstairs, 'cause he gonna see you through. Talk to the man upstairs. I
What
wish
do
them
you-
all a good long life.
Good answer.
Well, everybody wishes their kids to live to be 90 and have a good life.
Solid marriage.
But
I'll tell you what.
and
I,
like I say, if you're gonna have kids, it kind of pays to have girls too. I mean,
Expect to have
19.
so many grandkids.
19 of them.
19. How many are boys? Do you know?
15.
Oh, wow.
4 girls.
4 girls. Me being one of them. The lucky one.
I don't know. I haven't stopped to prepare. I think we had about we got about.
What?
20 something.
We got that many now? About 20.
Well, you got great grandkids now.
I don't know how many of them I got. My grandkids I can keep up with. I had 19 of them. But my great grandkids, I don't, it don't stick up here.
Yeah, we haven't stopped and did the math on that one yet. You know, because we don't see them that much either. I mean, you know.
Move your hand a minute.
What do you need, Mom?
I'm trying to
Back
set
there,
back.
probably.
Okay.
I'll say when you don't see them that much, you have a tendency to forget about them. You know what I mean?
Being a halfway decent grandma.
Well, Grandma, you're
You're gonna be remembered for
better than that.
a way decent grandma.
And
And a way decent mother.
Oh, I know that. My kids always said, Mom, you know the best darn candy to get, the best ice cream, you know the best. I said, hey, I was a kid once too.
You're still a kid at heart, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Grandpa? What do you want to be remembered for?
Well, I don't know. I hope they remember me for the love and
Devotion.
devotion and the hard work that and the effort that I put in trying to protect them and put a roof over their head and respect them when they got older and try to help them much as I could. You know what I mean? With what I had to work with, I hope they understand that, I done the best I could and I'd have done better if I could, and I feel sorry because I couldn't, and I still beat myself up for that reason, Still to this day, I blame myself for other problems, and I wish it would have been different, but I'm sorry about that. But what I want to be remembered for is, like I said, my patience with them when I try to I try to understand where they're coming from, and I try to console them and make sure that when things go wrong in their life that I'm trying to put them in the right direction all the time. You know what I mean? That's one thing I've always done. I've always looked out for my kids' interests. They may not think so, but I have. I've always.
He did.
It always hurts me.
I love you.
And we know you did, Dad. Everybody knows you did.
Everybody knows you are a good dad.
Everybody, Grandpa.
Yeah.
You're a good Grandpa. You're a good Dad. And you did the best you could with what you had.
You're my love.
And that's what unconditional love is.
Yep. That's what I found out.
And guess what? When we all love you guys, and you guys love us unconditional.
That's right.
And that's what it's all about.
And our
But guess what?
grandkids and great-grandkids, even though I don't know them, there's a place right here that's real big in my heart.
Oh, Mom, you would have took care of them all.
I'd have fed them. I'd have given them candy. God love you.
That was beautiful.
About time.
About time.
It don't stand still.
That it doesn't.
Time does not stand still. It goes on and on and on and on.
Does it feel like life went by fast, or?
Not until you get older.
Like I said,
Not until you get older. That's when it starts
78
going by
years
too
old now.
fast. But I do know, talking about time and things, that one of the biggest problems people have with raising their family is well, I put that away for a long time, and I know that was a lot of my problems, that the things that I needed to do for my kids, that my own priorities for myself came first. You want to go fishing, you want to do this, where you should have been taking your kids to a ball game or teaching them this or doing that. But like I said, you think
That's all part of being a
you
mom
just-
and a dad.
you just
And their uncle and their
and everybody's
cousin.
like that. I mean, you just can't find enough time, and you don't take enough time to
Yeah.
do the basic things for your kids that you should.
Well, I think that you did. It's just
No, I
there
mean,
was
you really don't take the basic times and
well, no, I mean a lot of us don't.
no,
you know.
I understand, but I'm just trying to tell you the most.
What he's learned about
one of the
time.
most
Oh.
important thing in family is just like when a baby bird gets ready, the mother kicks it out of the nest. They make sure it can fly before it goes. That's one thing you got to do with your kids. You got to make sure they can fly before you kick them out of the nest.
Mhm.
That means teaching them how to live,
Yeah.
teach them how to work, teach them how to make a living.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And
Got to talk to the man
but like I said,
upstairs.
the
He's gonna see you through.
priorities, your own priorities get in the way, and you don't see it at the time because it really ain't there in your head until you get older. Then you look back and you say, you know, what I didn't do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I try to tell kids here in my later life, and they get mad at me, what they're doing wrong and what they've done wrong. But that's in order to help them while they still got their kids in their control and still can help them.
What about for you, Grandpa?
I raised 8 beautiful kids. Thank you.
Well, I know there's a God. Like everybody else, I'm still skeptical who, what his purposes are and what he wants from me. And but I do know there's a God, and he's a.
Have you always believed in God?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I've always believed in God. Yeah, I've always been fearful of God in everything I do. You know, I mean, I've never done nothing without putting his in front of me,
Raising him.
him in front of me first. You know what I mean? I know when you do something, you know is right or wrong. You just know it, and and if you do it, then you start feeling bad about it. You get, you know, wondering, you know, what it's going to take to.
He's right at home.
How God feels about it, you know what I mean? And what are going to be the consequences when you do have to when you die and go to heaven or go wherever you go to face your maker. But no, I've always believed in God, and even though I haven't known him through
Are you
books.
afraid of dying? Are you afraid of death?
I was going to ask you that question.
No, because he's gonna see me through. I've always went to church when I was a kid. I sang in the choir. I praise the Lord. With daily
You have peace, Grandma? Do you have
Oh,
peace?
yes.
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
And you know what? I have a lot of peace in my family because every one of them turned out good. We've never had any of our kids in prison or in jail to stay, you know? No. They've all been good. I wouldn't trade none of them for nothing.
What about you, Grandpa? Are you scared of dying?
Yeah, I guess I am. Because,
Most people are.
hmm?
I said most people are. It's the unknown.
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah. But I think it's a beautiful unknown.
I'm scared of dying, and I don't want to die because I'm not because I'm scared, because I just feel like the world has got so much to offer me, even at my age, that
Right.
you know I
We can go fishing.
You want to stick around.
I want to stick
Not
around and
just
just do. You can live to be 1,000,000 years old. There's always something new
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
learn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Very true.
that's the reason. You know,
I think that's the reason God
I
made
don't want to
it.
die because there's always something new out there to learn, and there's always the wonders of God. I mean, in so many ways that you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's never ending. I mean, you know, it's. You know,
It's weird to think that this world can be so beautiful if you focus on the beautiful parts of it,
That's
and
right.
heaven is supposed to be unimaginably better. So, what do you think heaven's like, Grandma?
What do I think heaven's like? It's oh boy.
Mom, is it cream puffs and chocolate donuts?
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
Grandma's up there riding around on a cream puff.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd be chasing her licking the cream. I'm your little cream puff, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now what about you, Cream Puff?
It's hard to imagine what heaven would be like. I can't even comprehend what he would have in mind. You know what I mean?
I think of that
That's
song.
better than what I got here. That I found here on earth.
You got to
You know what
talk
I mean?
to the man upstairs.
I mean, the things here on earth that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what. I kind of think there's a heaven and earth all in one spot.
Heaven is on earth. Well, it does say, you know, in the Bible.
I think heaven is here, and I think hell is here. I think they're both here. You can make it what you want.
Actually, a lot of people have that perspective.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got a lot there.
And you know what? If you focus on
Who?
the bad, it can be like this is hell.
Mm-hmm.
But if you focus on the good, like you were even saying, and it is true. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the world can be so beautiful. I mean,
It is.
you can wake up one morning and feel like a piece of crap and want to die, and the next morning you feel like, oh man,
You got so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Who
I
can't you wait to see that's already, some people that you love that had already passed? Who do you miss and can't wait to see? You know,
My mom.
your mom, grandma?
I guess my dad.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was about 9 or 10 years older than my mom. But they met through my mom's sister's husband, Uncle Pat. You know what?
Mm-hmm. What are you going to do when you see your mom?
I'm gonna love her to death.
Oh, yeah, you only get one mom.
I'm gonna love her to death. My mom was good to me.
Mm-hmm.
She really was.
Mm-hmm.
When I first went to work at a beauty shop, Mom said, you stick in there because beauticians make good money and they want their hair done and they want to look nice for their man. And that was true.
Mm-hmm.
I had 4 beauticians and daughters,
Mm-hmm.
so it must have been something Mom said.
Well, it looks like we're 3 generations right here of mama's girls.
Yeah.
Our mamas are mine. What about you, Grandpa? Who do you want to see or miss of your past that have passed?
Somebody that's already passed away, your brother Glenn. Huh? His brother Glenn died at the age of 33.
Oh, how did he pass? That's a young age.
Yeah.
That's
What
like
did
Aunt
Glenn have?
Laura.
33, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Glenn and little Glenn and Jimmy and Pammy and Stevie's dad.
Yeah.
Mm,
They still live next door to us.
yeah.
I can't figure that one out.
Well, you missed your brother.
I guess.
You know,
Mm,
he left at a very early age, Dad.
well, I know Glenn went to heaven. Before he died, Glenn got in the Bible and Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Mm-hmm.
He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death, I will fear no evil.
No.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Glenn got into that Bible, and that's one thing he wanted if he passed away, to feel for him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I could say. I can't figure it out. I've always been one to take death pretty hard.
He did.
You know.
You know, all I remember.
Yeah, I cried at strangers' death. You know what I mean?
Really
Even stuff I
was.
see on television. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just reach out and I grab other people's feelings and I just take them in. That one is something that I can't answer,
Okay.
and I don't believe anybody's got an answer for that. Everybody that lives will come to a point in their younger life where they'll ask that question in their mind at a young life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking maybe in your early teens. Why am I here?
Purpose.
And what you do is you'll blank that out of your mind. After a certain length of time, you'll blank that out of your.
I'll drink out of it too.
You won't think of it no more because you know there's no
I'm
answer.
letting him take a drink first.
You know, there's no
Yeah.
answer to it. You'll never find the answer to that.
This side of heaven, yeah.
On this side of heaven, no, you won't find that. You won't find that until He calls you home.
Mm-hmm.
So your mind, He's created you to think and have a mind to be able to reason about everything. But when it comes to that, it's so mind-boggling. You just
You'd push it out.
you'll kick it out.
I think we've all done that.
You'll kick it out.
You do.
Yeah, I've had
And
these
same way
weird
with-
questions.
Same way when you'll come a time in your life when my brother told me that years ago, back when I was young, he said, there'll come a time in your life you'll be doing something and all of a sudden you'll say, I'm getting old, I can't do that when I mean, I'm talking, I was in my 20s when that happened to me. That I knew that at that point in my life that something changed in me. I wasn't young no more. I mean, I couldn't do what I did before.
Mm-hmm. That you're
But it just lasted
changing.
for a split moment, you know, that I knew that that something is different.
I know.
You know, you
You'll
pass
always be mom's mom.
you
One of
pass
mom's
a
8
certain
months
point in your
old.
life, and
Yeah.
he told me that,
So,
and I
love you.
skeptical about it, but it did happen to me, and I know
And
what he's
that's
talking
my
about.
little Sheila.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What is love? What is it? Is it a feeling? What? Is it a person? What is love?
Love is right here. It comes from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's the maker and the breaker.
That's true. Yeah.
God is my witness.
Love is, well, love is more than sex, that's for sure.
Yes.
We know that. Love is,
We had more of that than we can
love is
imagine.
something that, love is, just like me just get through crying. Love is, something you can't explain. I mean, something that if it's not there, you're gonna miss it. You know, love is smelling the air, enjoying your family, loving life. I mean, loving everything around you. You got to put in front of you. I mean, you know what I mean? And love is having somebody love you. I mean, somebody that cares for you and will go the extra mile for you. You know what I mean? And is always there for you. Basically, that's, you know, love. Like I say, a lot of people think love is sex. Well, love ain't got nothing to do with sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because sex will come and go, but people and
Love is here.
yeah, love is doing
What's in
something
your heart.
day after day for somebody, and not knowing why you do it, but just do it. You know.
This is my love.
Oh.
And you're mine too, baby. You know
I
that.
know that.
You know.
Do you have any regrets? If so, what are they and what have you learned from them?
Me,
Regrets. Any? And if so, what have you learned from them?
you take things a day at a time.
Should have stayed in school. Got smart. Got you a rich guy instead of
You
some
got to.
dummy like me.
What is that?
That's your mail.
Oh, what is it?
Go ahead. It's Ameren, Illinois, in a dish.
Yeah. Regret? Did you say what? Oh, excuse me.
Regrets? Do you have any? And if
yeah,
so,
I have a lot of regrets. I have.
did they teach you something?
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Are you wiser because of them?
yes.
So are they really regrets?
Well, sure.
They made you who you are?
They,
Well, I mean, you
they
know.
made me understand that you are here today and gone tomorrow. You know,
That life is fragile.
life is fragile.
Yeah, I have a lot of regrets that I wasn't able to provide for my family the way that
You wanted
I
to.
should have, you know, because of my education. You know, and I have regrets, but I don't actually blame myself for it. I gotta go back to my childhood and my parents. And then they
But
got,
they did the best they
then they
could.
gotta go back to their childhood and their parents, and that's what I tell my kids. If you're gonna blame somebody, you gotta work your way all the way back to Adam and Eve. You can't blame that their parents, you know, somehow I didn't,
You did a good job.
I even actually, when I was working, she can tell you, when I was working, I wrote into a class for reading and writing.
Well, I think I remember that. You want to drink mine?
Yeah, I tried, but I don't know how many children we had at the time.
And you did,
and
all the back to
I was
school.
building a house and everything else, but I tried to go back and learn, but I had so many irons in the fire, and I had,
Grandpa had dyslexic.
yeah, and I'm dyslexic too, so,
Dyslexic.
you know,
Thank you.
I couldn't learn.
Is that the hardest thing about life for you, Grandpa? Was that?
That is the most hardest thing I've ever encountered.
He
You know,
couldn't learn to
because
read
living in
because
this
he was
world,
dyslexic.
Not being able to cope like everybody else, it's put me at so much of a disadvantage that it's unbelievable. Nobody really realizes what a person's going through. It's like going like a blind person going around, you know, with no eyes. I know everybody don't understand that, but
No, I can relate to
it's such a
that.
disappointment. It's such a
No, it puts a lot
Handicap.
of fear in you and it holds you
well,
back.
it's such a handicap.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? It's
is.
such a
I agree.
handicap that I can't deal with the simplest things that everybody else does. And I know people that can't do what I can do.
He was always
That can
good
read and
at
write. I'd give
working
my right arm to be able to read and write.
on
Right.
cars.
I can read and write, but not good enough to, you know. And but that's one of my deepest regrets, and I've always told my kids that knowledge is the key to life. That's why you want to go to school, you want to learn. Knowledge is the key to life,
Yes, it is.
you know, and the only way you're going to get that is by going to school and learning.
And listening and learning. You're
Yeah,
absolutely
you don't have to go to school. You can be a smart person if you got a good. Now me, my memory is short term. You would
Yeah.
from the time I was a young man, I had a short term memory. I could do something and accomplish it, and it was something hard to do and accomplish it, and have to turn right around a week later and do the same thing. I'd have to go through the same process. It maybe take me 2-3 hours to figure this out. Other people probably couldn't figure it out, but I'd figure it out.
Right.
But I couldn't keep it up here.
Mm-hmm. But you built that house, Grandpa, that you raised your kids in. You built
Right.
that by hand.
Right.
That's pretty amazing. And you worked on. You always had a running vehicle for all the kids.
Oh, yes.
You know?
Oh yeah. I did all that. I'm not, you know, I run myself down a lot.
But you did a lot of things that some parents didn't
I've
do.
done things that nobody else would even think of doing. I mean, because I had to try. You have to do twice as hard. You have to work twice as hard as a person that's got knowledge. I mean, you have to work twice as hard to get it done. Having 8 wonderful children
That's the best
with my
part.
wife, you know, and I don't know. I think I really believe I really believe in my heart that I don't have one of my family that don't care for me. You know, one of my family that wouldn't stand up for me and fight for me. You know,
You're right.
because they know I do the same for them.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
I think we all do
Pull
know.
my hair out.
You know, and I think they know that. And they realize. And Grandpa
I
don't
can't
pull,
handle that long
Grandpa
hair
don't pull no
guy.
punches with them. I tell them the way it is, and they seem to not scold me for it and not hold it against me. You know what I mean? Even though they don't like what I say to them, they still respect me.
Oh,
for it.
thank
You know what I
you.
mean? I don't
Yes,
try to
thank
soften
you.
it up for them. You know what I mean?
Another pillow?
I never
No.
did. Well, I do now. But
Thank
years
you.
ago,
No.
I just told them the way it was, and
Mm.
another thing I pride myself is to looking over the faults my family have. You know what I mean? I've always been one to not stress too heavily on their
Disabilities.
what do you call it? Their bad habits.
The things you don't agree with
Yeah,
necessarily.
yeah.
Because
Fear.
Mine.
Either
Well,
one. Yeah.
right
I
now,
don't really have any big fears.
Oh, Grandma, you want to go swimming?
No. I don't swim. That's one thing I can't do.
Yeah.
I wish I could, but I can't. I guess that's
That would-
about it.
that would be fearful for you.
Yeah. I remember one time I got in the water and I was drowning and him or Wayne pulled me out by my hair. over the canal over there, across from the bowling alley.
she was only in water up to her knees,
But I didn't know
flipped
that.
over, and she wouldn't stand up. She'd roll around under the water.
She panicked.
Had to reach up and pull her out of the
I
water.
was scared to death.
I said, you ain't gonna drown, just put your feet down, you're on the side of the ground. Being discovered that I couldn't, when I was younger, being discovered that I couldn't read,
Oh, yeah, that would be
you
embarrassing.
know?
I
Um,
can imagine.
I would go to extremes not to have anybody know
Oh.
that I couldn't read.
Where you
I was
going,
Yeah.
Mom?
ashamed
I
of
want
it,
to show
you know what I
you
mean?
stuff.
You gonna go
Wait a
potty?
minute.
Where you going, baby? By Baldwin Fishing Lake up there, and the kids would want to go in there, and I'd just drive on by because,
He was the only one that swam. I didn't.
no, I didn't want to be around people. I mean, I was just scared to be around people, you know.
There's a
I'm-
lot of truth in
I'm
that.
still that way to a certain amount to this day because I feel you know, I just,
You feel inferior, maybe?
yeah, I do. I still do that. Not near as bad like I used to. You know, I mean, I can function.
Oh.
I can function now. You know,
Yeah.
but back then I was totally freaked. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's amazing. It's amazing how
And
much
you realize
fear you can overwhelm yourself with fear. When you get scared and you go through something you're unsure of, it can triple, you know, the anxiety inside you. You're not the only one.
Oh, I
But
know.
isn't it amazing
And
what you
But
have
I'm just glad,
accomplished?
I know I've overcome mine because I can sit and talk to you guys about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a huge
oh,
step, yeah.
And just think,
I mean,
just
I'm trying to not queer myself, but I'm just trying to make.
oh
you
no,
guys,
Dad, look how far you've come. You
Yeah.
go in stores, you pay bills, you
Yeah, I
do,
know, but
you do.
I'm just trying to make you guys understand what it was like. You know, that it wasn't something I chose to do. It was something that was there, and you know, and I tried to make her understand it, and I couldn't do it. I mean, she would not understand it. She just would not.
Well, Dad, she's seen more in you than you've seen in you,
She believed in you.
and she believed in you.
How do you think I ended up with him?
Fear is the unknown, I think, really. You know,
Yeah.
fear is
Not knowing.
mostly the unknown. I mean, everybody has fear about everything,
You know what?
and it takes different forms. You know,
When we were
you
together,
can be afraid of the dark.
and he'd get in that water. And
I was always
swim,
afraid of the dark when I
he
was a kid.
swims
I
like
guess
a
everybody
fish.
is.
But it wasn't really the dark that you were afraid of. It was
And
what
all
was
you
in the dark.
kids learned
Right,
to
right.
So,
swim.
yeah.
I used to take you, all you kids swimming, or you went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't think I didn't want to go with you either.
I
But
don't know.
you know, it's another one of them deals. You know. You know, that's some of the things I regret, you know. That's just what I'm telling you.
But
Well,
they all
Mom-
learned to swim, everyone.
Mom dropped us off. She
Yeah.
didn't swim with us, but she
But-
made sure we learned how.
That's right.
Because she
And
didn't
you
want
ate
us.
before you went to swim.
Mm-hmm.
Life,
Just life, just living, just your
the
family.
pursuit of happiness.
Yeah. Grandpa, what do you look forward to? Do you look forward to anything? Is there anything you see positive in your future?
At this
You
point,
could live to be 100. I mean, you
I know.
you don't ever know. There could be many more years of just.
I don't want to live to
The
be
only thing I look
100.
forward to is winning the lottery and maybe getting some decent medical, so I can get my body in shape.
Gee, I see.
You know,
I want to live to be 103.
Any dreams? Do you have any dreams?
Do I have any dreams?
Mm-hmm. That you would like to see happen before you die?
Oh,
Any wishes?
well,
Don't say for me to swim, because I'm scared to death of
Pretty
the
sure he's not
water.
going to use a swish on that.
I've never thought about that. Any dreams? The only dreams I've ever had was making my family happy, you know, and winning the lottery and maybe putting them, setting them all up in
A nice home.
new houses and making life better for them.
That's one
That's
thing he
been a
did
lifetime
say.
dream for me.
He
And
told
one
me.
thing I used to dream of years ago was I always had this fantasy in my mind that some rich person would be drowned and I would swim out and I'd save them and they would give me a lot of money. You know what I mean? Or, you know, something
Hey,
like that.
yeah, that's an awesome
No, I
dream.
mean, I did. I thought of different ways of trying to, you know,
Yeah.
I actually thought that. You know what I mean? Boy, if I
Yeah.
could just, some rich person would, I could help them out and they would reward me bigly. You know?
Right, right.
Mm.
Because I knew I wasn't going to make it any other way. Well, I'm getting now where I love about life is it's always changing. I mean, you know, I've learned to
Live and let live.
learn slowly. I'm not there yet, but you know, life is said, what I love about life. I mean, you know, what I mean, I just,
Waking up every day?
huh?
Waking up every day, seeing mom,
Nah, well, I mean,
seeing your heathen children.
I'm seeing your heathen children.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of something to say, you know,
Well, what makes you happy?
what
You know,
makes me happy is
what makes you
being
happiest?
around other people that's happy,
Okay,
you
that's
know.
fair. Yeah. Gotta
I
surround.
mean, you know, I don't like to be around people that's sad. I don't like to be around, I don't much, I mean, even if old people, if they're happy and you know, that's all right with me, but I don't
When
like,
he was old and getting.
Well, you had the jackpot with Grandma.
yeah, that's one thing I can say about her. She's always been,
Happy go lucky.
Grandma, what makes you happy?
yeah.
Your dad, Grandpa. Your dad, Grandpa.
Yeah.
He makes me happy.
Bingo makes her happy.
I like bingo.
And food, right?
Food and bingo, yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Is there anything else you'd like to say or let be known to the camera? Because that's the end of my questions.
Oh,
I always just wondered those things that are just really deep questions, but I feel like, you know, I want to ask them because I want to know. You know, and I appreciate you guys. I love you guys.
and we love you, and we love your mama, and we love all
And
our
we are
kids.
very, very proud of you.